Alrighty, here on Cut and Paste with Jay and Kevin from Tame Impala. And you're sitting down here, we're waiting for the cameras to get in action and stuff, and you guys are basically making almost, I mean, maybe Beatty Man kind of songs.
No, that was the Sleigh Bells song.
Which kind of sums up Tame Impala. I mean, it began exactly as like a jam band, and you guys pretty much epitomise just having fun and not kind of taking it too seriously. Was it weird when you went from just having fun and going, holy fuck, people are actually really enjoying us having fun? How weird was that?
Well, that's one interpretation of it. I mean, it's not necessarily just like having fun, but yeah, no, that's, I mean, in answer to your question, I don't know, it's different, definitely. I think that people are going to listen to it with a serious ear, I guess. Sorry.
Basically, as a bunch of fellows, we have an awful lot of fun. But Tame Impala is Kevin's recording band, so it's not as much of a group vibe as it seems. I know it seems like that, but
well, that's the thing. I mean, you guys.
But as a group of dudes, we're having fun. Yeah.
And as a group, you're attached and associated in so many different projects.
Yeah.
Mental challenge. Can you actually name a string of list of all the bands that you guys are connected to?
I haven't even seen half the bands my housemates play in. I know their names.
Tame Impala, Pond, Spaceline Peacock, Mink Muscle Creek,
Giant Tortoise,
Electric
Sunny
Gooch,
Roofs.
Sunny Roofs.
Electric Gooch is the best name. There are a lot of short-lived ones all the time.
What's Nick in? Is Nick in Space?
No, there's Scum of the Earth.
Scum of the Earth. Although we're not, like, the members of Tame Impala aren't strictly in all of these. These are just ones that we kind of associate with the same, like, Venn diagram of noise. Yeah, it's like Whalehammer and like Taco Leg, but you know, like, we're not. We consider ourselves a part of that because we're in the same blob of people.
I think not so much Kev, because he just keeps working on the Tame Impala stuff, but I think some of the other fellows, we're all a bit kind of schizoid as to what sort of music we actually want to make. I know me and Joe and stuff change our minds week to week whether we want to make like metal or funk music or like sugar daddy pop or shoegaze or like punk, you know, like we change our minds.
Shoegaze, funk, or like sludge folk.
Cool music or uncool music, you know, we can't decide whether to make cool or uncool music. So like,
sorry.
It's alright. No, it's alright. So you know what I mean? Like we're just like 1 minute like I love Led Zeppelin, next minute like I hate Led Zeppelin.
Now you guys played, I guess, as some indication of kind of your, you'd have to say, meteoric rise to success. Last year you played Southbound, I think, about 11 a.m. or something. And this year, you know, you're one of the headliners that people are, you know, really excited to see. How have you kind of found your life change over that year? Do you sort of look back and go, how the hell did that happen?
I think we actually played 11 the year before last year, and halfway down, like 2 or something the next year, and then this year. So it's been a bit gradual.
Yeah, it's more just like we have like a residency at Southbound.
Yeah, it's very great.
But you know, like even it's kind of weird because even before the year that we played here for the first time, we were here as punters for like 2 or 3 years before. Like, I was in the camping area for I think 2 years before we played here. So you know, like it does feel weird that we are now part of the other side of the fence. You know, there's like the big barrier between the folk. You know,
You're basically in the artist area.
Yeah, well,
having
you know,
too many interview requests that you're sort of having to knock it back and go, hey, there's only so much we can do.
Oh, right. I don't know. That wasn't even my job.
You'd be surprised how many, how you adjust. People adjust, not just us, but other people to success. Like your brain adjusts to wherever you are very quickly. So there's a lot of people who are in really big bands and who don't even really think about it. And journalists, you know, all the time are like, with rightly so, are like, you know, how's it feel? Like, must be weird. And they're like, some people find it weird, but some people are just like, I used to find it weird, but now I'm just like, I'm here, so it doesn't feel weird. You know what I mean?
Everyday life.
Yeah, it's relieving for us that everyone that's in this area is like, most of these people are our friends, and they don't think of us as any different to you know, any other year or whatever. Like they all still like pay us out and call us dickheads and losers or whatever. You know, like we don't have to feel different or any of that kind of stuff. It's this festival for us is so different to the rest of them because we can just be ourselves and know that our friends are back here and we don't feel like we should be acting like a band that's playing on the headline stage or whatever, you know.
Are you guys fairly aware of, you know, all the, from blogs, from like basically, you know, when all the polls come out at the end of the year?
Oh yeah.
Have you guys kind of aware of how freaking well it's done in a bunch of those? Is it kind of weird to, I mean, obviously, you know, you're here and it's doing amazing things, but you kind of look at that still and have to pinch yourself and go, shit, you know, rough trade and put it in like top 10 kind of thing.
I mean, there are a whole lot of thought processes that hit us before the one that is like, oh my god, we're doing really well. Like, the first one is that I always think that people are just trying to be nice when they say their album's good. You know, like, I always think that they're either being paid by our record label or, you know...
it's a poll though. I mean, that's people's considered best of.
Yeah, well, that's... Yeah, that...
And we're talking
that kind of discounts my second point, actually, so I'm not even going to say that. But, you know, like, I can be really honest when I say that, like, we don't need to pinch ourselves. It's like, we don't even really think that it's... I mean, you know, we're really bored of the songs. And yeah, there's none of that kind of stuff.
That was an appreciative bottle, by the way.
I think that was Nick from.
Did that come from somewhere else?
No, I think it was Nick from.
Yeah, you see what I mean by this?
Scum of the
We still
earth.
get picked on.
Case in point. So, Inner Speakers, it's done really well. You guys are, I mean, a lot of prolific kind of people involved in the band. Maybe you guys, where are you at with the next album?
It's coming along. Like we, you know, as part of this big blob of music that we make together with different titles like Tame Impala and all that kind of stuff. Tame Impala's album is coming along slowly because, you know, it's what we do and we record at home. So it's not like we're sort of, you know, building up this big energy ball to like record in a studio for 3 weeks and then try and release it. It's slowly getting there. You know, we might do one guitar overdub or a million guitar overdubs over the space of a year, you know, like, who knows.
And how's Modular with all that? Universal just chilling? The slow
I think they're cool with it. I don't know, I haven't really spoken to them about all that kind of stuff. I mean, it doesn't really, all that kind of stuff is like an afterthought for us, you know, like the label, businessy, money kind of side.
We want to try and put it out or have Tame Impala have an album out next year, or this year actually.
Yeah, definitely this year.
That's what I mean, yeah. It was next year when I last thought about that thought, so this year.
Since you were actually sober.
Yeah. No, yeah. I like bands as you can tell from Pond, I like bands or musicians that do their best to put out as much music as possible.
Well,
I don't think it's that hard, really, you know.
It's kind of just like if we waited too long to put out an album, we would have moved on musically by then. By the time even with like Inner Speaker or whatever, like by the time it came out, we had sort of moved on musically and all that kind of stuff.
Speaking of timing, we've got people looking at us going stuff. So Tame Impala, thank you. It's a wrap.
Woo!
Thank you.